Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Weird World Podcast. I'm Carrie.
I'm Dean.
And Dean's going to talk about something.
A weird bit. In fact, a quick cryptid corner, all Ks, as you know. And this has a fourth K, Carrie, because the cryptid we are going to speak about is the Kikiyaon. Kikiyaon.
Never heard of it.
From the Cryptid Wiki fandom website. This has everything you want to know about cryptids.
Okay.
There's so much information on there, usually very brief. And this says the Kikiyaon are soul cannibal.
Oh.
That's another name for it, I guess. I don't know if that Kikiyaon means soul cannibal. I assume that's what it means. It's one of the most terrifying and at the same time, one of the least seen and understood of all the forest creatures. This is quoting from the fandom, wiki fandom. Its very name can conjure a look of horror. It is described as resembling a large owl. Especially its head has a huge beak and raking talons on its arms and feet. In many respects, it's a mixture of a human and owl, so it's huge.
Yeah.
Some people would say like a 20-foot wingspan. So just think like a big owl face, but sort of a human bipedalism kind of a thing. But big old wings, really sharp talons and claws. The Bambara people, it's said to live, by the way, in West Africa, like think Senegal and the Gambia, that area there of the coastal West Africa. Sure, okay. I know you know where that is, Carrie. Because they say it has the huge pair of feathered wings which grow from its back. I'm not sure why you need to point that out because I'm not sure where else wings grow from. I guess they can grow from the sides too, but these are more on the back. I don't see. We'll have a picture of one rendition or a couple of renditions of the Kikiyaon.
Wait,
and
I have a
these
question.
are giant owls. Yeah,
Does it also have arms?
it does not. I was just going to say I don't see any. It has legs like an owl would, but no arms.
So
just
that
the
really
wings.
doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. Yeah, I know. I thought so too. The shoulder joint, though, has a sharp spur. I guess it's like tipped with sharp spurs, and it can use this to attack people. And also, of course, it uses its talons. The most terrifying feature is the presence of razor-sharp talons, though, much like those of a large owl, at the end of well-muscled legs. And you see the picture we'll put on social media. It's got some definition. It does not skip leg day. The Kikiyaon is what I'm trying to say. It's said to be covered in shortish gray hair. So the wings are feathered, but it's hairy on the body, kind of a thing. Yeah. And some reports speak of it having a short, tufted tail. The smell of the Kikiyaon is said to resemble that of a dead snake that has lain in the sun too long. I don't know what that smells like.
I think it doesn't smell.
I wouldn't think it's that bad either. And by the way, some person, a commenter on the Cryptid fan wrote, "Who are you quoting?" And I'm not making it up. I'm saying the same thing. Like, who are you quoting? The whole thing's in quotes.
Yeah.
It's like two long paragraphs. All of it's in quotes. In no place do they indicate what they're quoting from. So I have no idea what the ultimate source of this is, but they have a couple of pictures and they continue on. The call of Kikiyaon is often heard. In fact, it is correct to say the creature has several calls. It's a long way of saying it has several calls. The one most commonly heard is a deep-throated grunting, which carries for miles across the savannas, although you'd think it'd have to live in the forest. To an ornithologist, this call could come from the giant's Pell's fishing owl, but having twice tracked the caller to small trees, I was unable to see it. Again, I don't know who they're quoting from. No one knows. Presumably the person who posted this knows who they're quoting, but I don't know. I am also very familiar with the Pell's fishing owl, as were my companions. So someone in a group, apparently, we're finding out. The other call, which cannot be attributed to any known owl, is the strangled cry it utters from deep in the throat. This then becomes a screaming moan that drifts in the night air. It is a terrible sound which has been likened to that of a man being strangled slowly.
Oh, gosh.
That's a scary ass sound. I'm telling you right now. I don't want to meet a Kikiyaon. It does live in the darkest forest, but apparently as we heard earlier, the sound carries across the savannas. Quote, it rarely ventures from the gloom, and despite its ferocious appearance, it contents itself with ambushing travelers who are desperately trying to get home before darkness falls. That's a non sequitur, because despite its fearsome appearance, it kills people.
Yeah.
Don't say despite. The Kikiyaon is usually heard before it is seen. I would start running, just running like hell. And those who see it and live usually die of some lingering illness, if not from shock at the time. It is a deadly adversary, being capable of outrunning a man or even swooping down on his prey, as owls typically do. So that shouldn't be like a unusual thing. At the same time, what?
So it also curses you because if you see it and die.
And die, yeah. You're right. It's an ephemeral being, seemingly able to move between the physical and dream realms with ease. It is equally feared in both spheres. So in the dream world, people are worried about this thing as well.
Sure.
Though in the latter, there appears to be more chance of escape, so that's good. People tell of dreams where the Kikiyaon has appeared and chased the dreamer but failed to catch them. In these situations, it appears unable to smell its victim, much like a bird of prey in our world, which is not true. So I need to know who wrote this because they don't know what they're talking about all the time. But still, this is a fearsome, scary, terrifying creature. I'm afraid of it. The Kikiyaon. Carl Schuker, he's a naturalist who is written a lot about cryptids and he has been to Africa many, many times and other places looking into cryptids and the real kind of origins of these animals. He said that the Bambara people apparently in Senegal, he calls it Senegambia, which is not something people say. There's a very short time where people are calling it that because they're talking about merging, but it's Senegal and Gambia. They didn't. Schuker says that the Kikiyaon is said by the Bambara tribe to inhabit only the darkest expanses of forest and rarely emerges from the Stygian gloom. But so I think the first quote was maybe, I don't think it's straight from Schuker, but there's a lot of overlap. In fact, Schuker talks about, it actually does have this kind of resemblance to that Pell's owl, which is a very large hunting owl that lives along riversides in Senegal and Gambia. And part of the Gambia River, I suppose, and others too. And it's, he has, there could be something to do with that, but there is supposedly the second cry that doesn't sound like anything. He says, though, that second cry that sounds like a strangled person is maybe something, there's apparently a creature called a devil bird that's said to live in Sri Lanka, which I think is also cryptid that has a similar kind of cry. So that's something I need to go find out about.
People are getting their cryptid birds mixed up. Maybe
it's possible. Sugars just says, who knows? Maybe there is an unknown large owl out there, unlikely, or maybe the Pell's owl was sort of grafted onto this thing. But it is, it's said by like bad sorcerers can sick a Kikiyaon onto people and make them sick. So there is kind of an apparent understanding that it's kind of a supernatural creature among these tribes of Senegal and the Gambia. It's not clear at all that they think it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Which would mean it's not a cryptid, but since we're talking about it in Quick Cryptid Corner, I'm going to say it is a cryptid and that it's real and that if I saw one, I would be scared.
Well, there are supernatural legendary creatures that some people have then adopted to be real.
Speaking of adopted, you can go on, I'm sure, Etsy or go to a better website because Etsy's evil and buy all kinds of Kikiyaon plush toys because there is no cryptid that someone out there isn't making a plush toy of, apparently, which is fantastic. I've been looking at cryptids and interested in cryptids since I was literally 10 years old, 8 years old, and they've never, I mean, they're not super hot, but they're pretty hot right now, especially in the world of kind of, the artsy crafty folks love cryptids, which I think is great.
Especially it usually takes on an LGBTQ
for sure
thing too.
Yeah. The rainbow Kikiyaon.
Yeah. Well, we were gifted a
Mothman. Yes, we were. It's a very cool plush toy. The last thing, the Kikiyaon is actually in an episode of The Secret Saturdays. You remember that? It's a cartoon in like 2005 or 6, something like that, where it was a family that ran around and found cryptids.
Oh my God, yes. And you watched it.
I love that. Oh my God, it was made for me. I mean,
maybe there was a kid watching it with them, and maybe there wasn't.
I think it was only on like one season, or maybe a second short. I can't remember, but it wasn't on very long. They didn't make nearly enough of them. And I don't remember any I remember it, but I don't remember a lot of details from it. But there was an episode that featured a Kikiyaon. They made it, if I remember correctly, they made it look a little bit more pterodactyl-y though, which is not, great because it's not. Yeah. So they did, I mean, it had hands, it had it looked like a person with a somewhat owl-like face, kind of, but no wings. None of this. So they took liberties with it. Little disappointing.
Wow.
But still, it did appear on The Secret Saturdays, maybe the best cryptid-centered TV show ever, because it's possibly the only cryptid-centered TV show ever. But that, Carrie, is our quick cryptid corner for the Kikiyaon. I hope you enjoyed it.
Never heard of it. I'm going to go look it up on Etsy.
Okay. Not on Etsy, Carrie. Use a better site.
Just for ideas. Okay. Use a better site. Name one.
I don't know any, but there has to be a better than Etsy because they're scum of the earth.
Yeah.
Some site where those people
Somebody
can
need
really
to be
get
working on
most of the money that their art and not there's not a lot of cheap Chinese made goods. You're the one who told me how terrible it is. So
I agree,
Okay.
but nobody has replaced Etsy yet. We need,
well, get on it.
yeah. Oh, well, okay. I'll get my coders working on it right away.
See ya.
Thanks for listening.